what's up? Today's episode is about drug abuse. So ladies, we've spoken about alcohol abuse before on the show, but today we want to focus particularly on drug abuse, like the hard drugs, Tek, MDMA, Nyaupe, Wonga. Sure. I want to know from you ladies, have you ever tried these drugs? And please be honest.
I've tried drugs.
Whoa.
Okay.
Sanbonani bo Hi, Rise Girls. Okay, so back to the question then. Have you guys ever tried hard drugs?
Mina angikazeke mina ngiwathathe ama drugs. Angibhema ngensango, angithatha ngecocaine, nyabe angithinti. And that's literally because, you know, ukhona umuntu oseduze kwami obe ne-alcoholism.
Okay.
Ngibonile ukuthi utshwala benzani empilweni yakhe. Ngabona ukuthi nedakamizwa nazo futhi zenzeni empilweni yakhe. And I just didn't want to become like that. So I just made a choice ukuthi I'm not going to try this thing. I don't care what social settings I'm in.
I get that.
It's not my story.
You're so lucky, Deli, because I mean I've seen people as well go through difficult times because of these kinds of drugs. But I still went on them. You know, I took party drugs, MDMA, ecstasy, cocaine. And my reasoning was really that I wanted to be happy. I was in a very bad place in my life, and I was like, this is going to make me feel a certain way.
Because
you know,
life is hard.
Life, guys, is hard, and I think we just take for granted just how difficult, especially black life is, right? So we don't have jobs, there's no resources, there's no form of different types of, stimulation, you know? So then, even as someone with money, you know, even as someone with money, you just want something different to just give you a form of joy that you're not getting from your real life.
And even what about consequences?
Because I think we look at people and we think we're okay, right? And the thing with having money is that it allows you to hide your problems, right? But meanwhile, back at the ranch, you stoka, amapia, Puza Thursday, you're spending 4,000 rand on alcohol, but you think you're a functional person. Like when you are an alcoholic.
Definitely.
These drugs, I'll admit, they feel good in the moment. You're high on that MDMA. I watched an entire concert high on MDMA. It was the best concert of my life. And I thought I was on stage. It was my concert that night. But afterwards, the night afterwards, that high was gone. And then I had to take it again and again and again. And then I had to take it again and again. And that's when the problem started. When I couldn't have fun, when I couldn't go out anymore with, you know, without taking a party drug.
But ladies, I'm going to have to wrap it up there just for a bit. I guess hambe siyabheka uZulu eFrey Heights lapho khona ilokishi that has been highly affected by dakamizwa.
At the Zulu, before our drugs and all that stuff, there's feel of faith. Sekunzima manje ukuthi usungadlala nje ubuye ebusuku ekhaya. Usiyazi ngo-7 ebusuku esekhaya ngoba uma ungekho ekhaya vele obvious bazobamba inkunzi.
Asisafeel safe la.
Bese room. I-room yethu ibingase-hall. Besiya lapha for ama-computer lessons. Nathi as uRise Up, besifuna ukuthi kube lula for thina ukuthi sihlanganyele kodwa asisakhona ukuyisebenzisa ngoba abafana beNyaupe manje sebemoshile.
Uyabona le plan lefakiwe ingoba kuvimbelwa amakhaza ngoba nje kusebusika sekusizwa nje ukuthi kunevimbeli lapha zeyigebengu. Angithi yabona la elokuzane ama-computer. Kwahlala ama-computer ngoba injongo bekuba kube i-computer ilokuzane i-call center izosiza lezi ingane ezincane zikwazi zingayi edrobheni gcine kumoshakela indawo ingeyinhle.
Ukuthi sinabo bhuti bethu abasebenzisa ama-drugs kasi-affecta kakhulu ngoba seke kwenzeka ukuthi umalume wami wakhiphela omunye umalume wami umese right in front of ugogo wasevele sebhemile so baxabana-ke.
Bese nephaki la bese sikuney'nsimbi zokujima kodwa iy'nsimbi sey'thathiwe akusekho lutho nje manje.
Vele mayenzakala into nje kuyafana nje ngoba manje athutha amaphoyisa la ngenxa yokuthi yena kunodlame la babegqekeza ngisho khona. Solution pho kungaba yini?
I-counselling mngani wami bengathi uma bebuya ejele bese sibalahlela eceleni sizame nokwenza ama-sports singagcina bebone nabo ukuthi yazi sisamukelekile kulo mphakathi bangagcina sebeshintshile.
La isidakamizweni ngangena nami ithi ngifuna ukukhohlwa ngase ngiyabambeka ngaze ngakhona ukuphuma khona emva kokuthi ngiboshwe ngo-2011 gcine sengi-facilitator sengifundisa ama-inmate ila engiqale khona-ke nami lapho ukuba nothando lokuthi ngizosiza abanye abantu abasha.
Njengomuntu osenolwazi ngalento.
Yes.
Bona kungaba yiphi into engenzeka?
Oh, izinto nje ezibalulekile ukuthi elokishini khona izinto eseyinganako even nasey'koleni seyibulewe isport. Isport siyakwazi ukuthi silwe nesidakamizwa siyakwazi futhi ukuthi sibulale isport. So njengamanje ngoba sengiyekela idakamizwa ngikhoja abafana la elokishini ukuthi nabo ngibaqhelise bangaze befinyelele la mina engafinyelela khona ngoba into eshoda ngayo la elokishini abantu abazosilekelela singabafana sisakhula. So siyadinga ukuthi zonke inhlaka ehlangane khona sokwazi ukuthi silwe nalento ngoba ngeke ngikwazi ukulwa nedakamizwa ngingedwa noma mina ngayiyeka ngoba nami khathi ngiyiyeka ngangilekelelwa abanye abantu. So nayo le nto idinga abantu abazoyilekelela.
As le insight lesiphuma kuyo ne ingikhumbuza le video le beyitrenda eSoweto yalaba bafana le inapasibheke
How?
bheka nje
Family nje.
and into ebhlungu ukuthi ukuze bafike la yini enza ukuthi bafike la.
Looking at that just brings me to pain, guys. Like ingiphatha kabi ngempela lento because like I used to tell you guys like offline that I would call like this group of abafana abenza inyabe ngithi you know they lost boys, right? We've got such a huge problem where on one side amadoda nabafana they just so like defeated. And we've got so many problems, guys, as abantu besilisa as well as abantu abamnyama in South Africa.
Yeah.
And we're trying to find izinto to be able to take to relieve our pain. But it defeats us at the same time. It's like our past was created to hurt us.
And
our present is still hurting us. So we don't even know how our future looks like, you know. And the fact of the matter is that lamantombazane lawa akhulumayo lana in the show ayasho ukuthi we don't feel safe.
And
We don't feel safe ngenxa yedakamizwa.
Yeah.
I think, you know, we all have our different feelings and emotions around the subject, and rightfully so, because it affects us all, directly or indirectly. When we come back, we want to hear about your experience in your community. Please share your thoughts with us on our Facebook and Twitter pages using the hashtag #RiseTalkShow. Stay with us.
I would be at parties and look at the girl passing out in the toilet and think, but Baba, Kanti, 2 months later, you know.
Re a le amogela gape. Re kopile gore le bue le rona ko social media ka drug abuse, gore re utlweng gore lona le nahanang. The question e re ibutsitseng ko hae ke gore, in what ways do you think we can end the drug problem in our communities? Ha re boneng gore lona le nahanang. Ayanda Masilela yana are, I personally think it's impossible to end it completely, but if the government can invest in rehabilitation centers and each community have support groups for those who are still new, then surely we can fight this battle. I agree with you on that one, Ayanda. Palesa Queen yana are, more youth activities and centers, art and other skills are not in the spotlight as other careers. Handwork is phenomenal. And finally, there should be skills development programs so that the youth don't find themselves idling. After they get rehabilitated, they should be assisted with a skill nyana, just like a correctional services. After they are released, at least they can get a job or start their own income generating project. Thank you so much for your views, as always. Remember to keep them coming. Honaje renali le mohang mahlong are mo amogeleng.
Sikwamukele le muhang ihlelo lethu vele le Rise. Namhlanje sikhuluma nge-drug abuse vele ne. So ngifuna ungitshele ukuthi ini i-addiction.
The thing about addiction is that it's a progressive disease. It is not about having an addictive personality.
Yeah.
You know, it's a progressive disease. Eventually, utla fitla mo. My first glass of wine was at the age of 12.
Yeah.
And I tasted this wine and I loved it. I loved the sensation in Fanyona. Now, when I drank, nekino until a point where I pass out. Until it got to a point where ke le ke bona hore bophelo ba ka ha bo sa le manageable, ha ke sa kgona, you know, se ke tswa mosebetsing ke ya bareng, ke tswa bareng ke khutlela mosebetsing, and I realized hona le bothata mona.
So that was a turning point yakho then. Ilapho khona where you decided ukuthi, you know what, njengamanje I've hit an absolute low, ngidinga ukushintsha izinto ukuze ngikwazi to regain my life from leli dakamizwa leli engilokhu ngilithatha.
I had two instances. The first time I thought I was ready. I only realized afterwards hore ne ke batla ho thudisa batswadi le lelapa, you know, yes. And so I stayed clean for 8 months. And then afterwards kara se ke le ready mos nka e handle taba e ya ka e. But it got worse. And the thing is, how o stopper, how ka qala hape o tlo qala mane mo stopileng, ha o qale qalo, so it gets worse and worse. And then I went through a rough patch of about 3 years where I was drinking excessively, and that's where my drug intake also came in, because jwale next take batla to stay awake during the party. Black out. I used cocaine, which eventually went to cat because cat was affordable. I can't afford cocaine. But then my parents set me down after I was 2 weeks, you know. And so they gave me an ultimatum. They set me down, or sign a custody of your child, and I realized there and then, actually, I need to stop.
And the other thing is that we always think it's something that happens to boys. I mean, we're just watching the inserts and the videos, and we're like, oh, drugs are just boys. It's something that boys do. But we forget, I mean, as two women who've done drugs before, very few stories of female drug addicts or people who've been on drugs are heard. And why do you think that is?
Absolutely, and I love that you asked me that, because there is that perception, it affects you know, the thing about women is that we are able to hide it, and it constitutes from that perception, you know, and so we are able to hide it. Pressure on women, in terms of you've got to be the strong one, you know, and things like that. So onwella di koneng waziba re tlamile o e balance o ska fitla le tips ya holo because tlamile o tlo pay off diet and things like that. But you'll find a lot of women are addicted, but they will not admit it, and they are hiding it. And
so true.
And doing it behind closed doors. And I also did the same thing. Like, I would be at parties and look at the girl up passing out in the toilet and think, sure, but Baba, you know,
Not taking care of yourself.
2 months later, you know.
Lemohang, in my family, nerena le motho ona sebedisa di drugs, you know. So ke batla ho tseba hore re tsang rona as the family, re bona hore okay, this is bad, but also we need to reprotect rona, it doesn't impact rona. And ha re bua le motho ona re reng go yena?
Well, first of all, how no choice, it is going to impact you. As an addict, I affect 15 people directly to me. Because of that, you know. The most important thing, the family, the educator on what drug abuse is, you know. Honali instances addiction as a disease, as a disease. One no sale or you know,
or weekend.
Wait, you know. The thing is to approach people like Bosanka. Also, the clinic did social worker. Go to your local clinic and also find out who remote ona osebedisa. You know, because as a family you're not so equipped to deal with the drug addict, but those places and communities can help. So I think it's very important for communities to start holding each other and supporting each other. Because the biggest thing as communities is that we sit back and we judge. And that kills both the addict and the family.
Bonge kakhulu le mugang ngokuthi ukwazi ukukhuluma nathi uthatha isikhathi sakho ngale ndaba le eyakho. Yazi ukuthi uphuma kude and usibonisile ukuthi kumele uadmit ukuthi okay ngi-addict and then from lapho impilo yaqhubeka.
Ngiyalebuka haholo, ngiyalebuka.
So lapho emakhaya ningayindawo ngoba masibuya sizokhuluma noma lebu sizokuthi yena uthini ngale ndaba. Siyabonga.
Kunomuntu engemaziyo uphuza methylated spirit every day.
Arrestate hape uyithi uphuza yini?
Methylated spirit.
Like spirit sele sephephule mo bottle.
Yeah.
Rise young woman, welcome.
Thank you.
Lovely to see you guys namhlanje. Isikhathi sokuthi sihlale phansi manje no Sis Lebu. So let's just give her a warm welcome. Welcome back once again. It's lovely to have you namhlanje. It's been a really tough topic njengoba kade sikhuluma ngedakamizwa namhlanje. So someone else right here within our audience has got another question. So asimane singene nje straight into it.
Asmalebo guy. Good thing. Now there's this friend of mine. Elong hore utuba nyaope. Amoko elong hore o setse ale addicted ka yona. Ha kono nna kwanta ha yona and then imolidile to such an extent ya hore a utswetse le batho around mo community. Then ebe di parents tsa ha di decide hore asa senyetsa community rather bona ba mo rekele tsona dilo tseo and then a continue ka tsona. So is it a nice thing hore motsadi a etse a rekele ngwana ha dilo tsa tsona le tseo?
According to me, that's selfish behavior. Think about it. Just think about it. Hore bathaba shame again, because a lot of times rona di family members are batle hore batho ba nahane in ka rona. So instead of fixing the problem, instead of helping their child, they would rather kill their child hore ba protect the image. So this will actually make us think about the role of families and communities when it comes to, helping our brothers and sisters, helping our uncles, our aunts, helping our parents who are addicted to drugs. Is there anyone else on a burning question Erika tackling yon?
Kunomuntu engemaziyo uphuza methylated spirit every day. Akasakhona like ukuhlala angakayiphuzanga. So mina bengifuna ukwazi ukuthi umuntu onjalo umsiza kanjani and aphinde aphume kanjani.
Okay, arrestate hape uyithi uphuza yini?
Methylated spirit.
Methylated spirit, like spirit sele sephephule mo bottle.
Yeah.
I don't mean to laugh. I mean, I find it funny. I find it quite sad because naha ke nahana ka methylated spirit ke nahana ka go fodisa diso, and something e fodisang diso tshwantse chase. I mean, I'm not a medical doctor, sinna mooki, mar ke nahana fela hore tshwantse e chase gore e lokise ntho e wa ke. So now I'm just thinking hore when you take a substance like that we kenya mo body nya ha, what does it do to your body? It just feels like society, we have allowed Babe as desperate as that. And so I think it's important for us to be able to highlight the health dangers of that, because most of the time people are not aware of what they're putting in their bodies. I think it's important for us to understand that the health risks that come with that can be very detrimental. So ke batla go le involve more conversation and ke batla le botsa lona personally hore ke eng e le stopile to take drugs.
Yes, Sis Lebo. When I was doing grade 11, ne ke dula ko Litaha, so ne ke tsamaya le dichomi tse di tsubang. Then like e be ke feel hore le nna ke batla go try this thing. So one day ka decide go etela chomi yaka. He ke ile go ke fitlhetse ba tsuba weed. Ka ileka. But for the first time ne santsa pila ke bile ka utlwa ke tlhogo ke utlwa ke lapile. Then ka robala hone go. This thing ne re he ke tsubile. Ne ke nna weak. Ke sa khone ho ba nna. The thing go hore ha ke rate ho lose control over myself. So I really realize hore se se nketsa weak and I don't like it. ka decide hore ke tlo stopa before ho nna lata. So that is why that's how ke stopile.
Nna o se malebo gore ke ske ka nwa ke ske ka tsopa. Cousin wa ka nna tsoba tlu. So a tsoba tlu a tsoba benzene a qetela a hlanya. So ntho e ile affecta family ya ko hae haholo mo ileng gore le bana ba ko habo ba ile ba qetella ba etsa dilo tse di tswileng mo tseleng. So e be ke bona gore o nwe o tsube e causa a lot of painful things mo di family tsa rena.
Manje, you know, Malebo, from everything that, you know, these ladies have said, you know, and even our own conversations and, you know, earlier in the show, clearly idakamizwa inkinga, you know, that affects us khona ekhaya. So, umbuzo wami ukuthi senza njani? How do we deal with this challenge?
You know, Deli, drug information alone is never enough. I mean, every time ra tlhaselwa ka information, the campaign, tse re botsang gore, you know, the drugs, they are bad. You know, that's good information. But without the skills, without some form of community ikopana, ietsa something, we are not going to combat the scourge, right? So I think this is one of the issues that you can't blame motho or motho o alone or responsible for their problem, because most of the time batho ha ba nahana ka di drugs, somebody who sebedisang di drugs by limita fela ko criminal activities. This is a deeper issue, you know. It's not just about sending someone ko tronko, but it's going further and sending them ko spetlele because it's a disease, right? So this is where communities have to really stand up, you know, and do something. Not all communities have clinics that have facilities, you know, you know, baling the addicts. Not all communities have rehab centers. So we must be the ones that come in and create these centers, create these safe spaces where we can then try and find ways to assist, to support people who are living with addiction.
Thank you so much, Malebo, for sharing your wisdom as always.
Thank you.
And thank you to our Rise Young Woman for all your questions and bringing yourselves to the show. So as we've heard, drug abuse is a huge problem, which is why as communities, we need to find solutions that work for us. So please keep the comments coming and use our social media pages using the hashtag Rise Talk Show. Until we meet again next week. Good night.
Woof, woof.